The Awakening of the Chosen. Many of us strive for, or perhaps experience, spiritual transformation at some time in our lives, and it seems like an intriguing occurrence. It transcends just arriving at a destination or crossing a finish line that makes us feel accomplished. Rather, it is a continuous process, a transformation that gradually takes place in silence, radically altering who we were in order to make us into someone fresh and enlightened. I often think of this as passing over an imperceptible threshold when our perspectives, both of the outside world and of ourselves, are refreshed and broadened. Even while the internal manifestations are deep, thought-provoking, and revolutionary, this transformation is not limited to internal changes alone. It also extends to observable bodily alterations. The mechanisms by which our bodies change and adapt in response to significant spiritual growth are being revealed by modern science. Take the brightness that many people claim to have on their skin, for instance. This apparent light transcends a simple cosmetics glow. In actuality, it is the surface manifestation of the light of a higher awareness. Every feeling and change we go through, whether it be physical or mental, serves as a powerful and illuminating indicator of this transformation, a step forward to a higher plane that cannot be ignored or dismissed. It is occurring in many of us at this very now, and is as real and palpable as anything we can touch. It's amazing to consider how many of these changes are so subtle that we ourselves are unaware of them. We often can't help but notice how much our bodies may mimic this amazing transformation as we pay attention to the indications, which range from the feeling that time is warping in some manner to our enlarged perspective of reality. These indicators were brought to light by my own spiritual awakening path in a very intimate and resounding manner. The road to waking is often illuminated by internal signs of transformation. It's fascinating to see how such a remarkable and transcendental occurrence may have tangible effects on our physical world. It seems to me that we often undervalue the impact that spiritual growth has on our physical selves. But when we think about it, we realize that it is there in front of us, often shown by how other people react to this new, calm presence that they have started to sense in us. Those around us may find this consoling or unsettling, but it is an undeniable indication that we are changing. The fact that these changes are taking place shows that we are on this vital and inspirational route, which allows us to develop and evolve beyond the realm of conventional perception. The understanding that spiritual awakening is inextricably related to profound bodily changes presents a novel and powerful paradigm, inspiring each person to see the need of living in harmony with our bodies and hearts in this never-ending spiritual development process. It is a continuous dance of progress that we must not just accept but fully embrace. It is not only a route or a goal. True change and enlightenment occur in this complete and genuine acceptance. The mysteries of waking are really fascinating and intricately entwined with our everyday lives. As we go out on this path, we come to understand that waking is more than just a far-off notion. No, we encounter it daily, a continuous manifestation that provokes and tests our understanding of the universe. It's interesting that as we get more conscious of these changes, they become more obvious. Our bodies respond as our awareness grows. It changes, grows, and changes with us on this spiritual path. Physical changes that start to reflect this internal development are often seen. There is an intuitive reality that many of us can relate to, even if we may not be able to completely comprehend this process from a traditional scientific standpoint. In my opinion, one of the most exquisite features of the time of spiritual awakening is the strong connection between the body and the soul. Every cell in our body seems to be enjoying this development of awareness by illuminating and outwardly revealing itself in ways that are tangible and visible to us. Observing these developments is nearly magical. Knowing that the beauty we see is the result of the interplay of strong but unseen forces is like witnessing the northern lights dance across the night sky. Our spiritual awakening manifests physically as a dance between our physical selves and the unseen forces of the cosmos that propel our spiritual development. It is clear that the world is aware of the light we start to produce. People around us may find it difficult to comprehend or accept our changes. We often see reactions ranging from awe and excitement to disbelief and uneasiness. This fluctuation is closely related to the inner journey of people in our immediate vicinity. Everyone around us recognizes the difference, even though it is personal. It also serves as a mirror. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with The Path of the Chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. For others who are still figuring out their own path, I really believe in this thought about the impact we have on other people's life. You might think about your own experience and how your presence, even if it's silent, can inspire or encourage others to discover more about themselves. It serves as a continual reminder that our awakening has an impact on the group and is not exclusive to any one person. Ultimately, as we continue on this path, we realize that the tangible proof of waking gives us a strong basis on which to comprehend all of its quirks. By placing us in the reality of what we are going through, these signs enable us to navigate our trip with more assurance and clarity. Thus, let us be thankful for every hint and every change we see on this enlightened path, both within and outside of ourselves. These adjustments lead and inspire us, bringing us nearer to our true selves and the fundamental truth that unites all people. The journey to spiritual enlightenment is as much an individual journey as it is a collective dance. This innate pursuit of truth and significance binds us all together in some manner. Awakening is a topic that encompasses not only our own personal growth, but also how that growth may inspire and encourage people around us. Nothing occurs on its own. Our process of transformation reverberates, drawing attention from others on the periphery of our lives, just as an item tossed into a lake creates waves that reach beyond the point of impact. When we talk about the distinct glow that an awake person gives off, we're talking about a real expression of vitality and sincerity. It is a genius that comes from the very core of our own development and cannot be duplicated or denied. It may surprise you to learn that this interior illumination may even change the surroundings. As we travel, we could see that we are making changes to our life that really reflect how we are becoming as individuals. Spiritual awakening, in some sense, forces us to consider what really matters and seek out what feeds our souls. We may develop a fresh enthusiasm for things, people, and locations that we previously didn't consider to be very significant. The natural process of creating a life that is in harmony with our most private inner selves includes this energy redistribution. Our course becomes more organic when we apply these adjustments, as if we have found an ancient measure that has always characterized our beat. It takes courage to acknowledge that we are in the process of waking, however, since it means realizing that not every aspect of our past or previous life can be preserved. It's about realizing that sometimes we have to let go of what we know in order to progress. This separation is a struggle, but it is also a powerful call to welcome fresh perspectives and chances. Greater freedom is attainable with each step toward acceptance. It is about accepting a reality that penetrates the surface to the core of who we are. We start to see time differently when we have this flexibility. Because life really happens in the moment, we become more aware of it. Intense affection and a present moment presence replace the agony brought on by regrets from the past or anxieties about the future. We understand that moments of light, connection, clarity, and transformation, rather than time, decide our path. We are able to recognize, appreciate, and fully enjoy life's beauties in this setting that is prone to love and truth. The allure of awakening is its capacity to continuously broaden, test, and transform us. It's a dance between accepting who we are and having the drive to go above and beyond what we've accomplished. It serves as a powerful reminder that we can always discover and reorganize ourselves, even when faced with outside hardship. With the intricacies of a revitalized brilliance flooding us, we are always searching for something new and intriguing. Therefore, we may take solace in the idea that each step forward takes us at our own speed, showcasing the beauty and power of who we really are, even on days when waking seems far off or changes appear gradual. Achieving and maintaining profound inner peace is one of the most transformational aspects of waking on the spiritual path. This peace does not mean that there are no problems or disputes. Rather, it means that they may be handled calmly and clearly. We discover a balance inside ourselves, a fulcrum that sustains us despite the storms outside. Turning inside gives us a fresh perspective that the commotion outside cannot disturb the peace we have created within. Recognizing the storms surrounding us and choosing not to let them carry us away is a delicate dance. This calm is not a gift. Rather, it is the outcome of deliberate activity, ongoing introspection, and the knowledge that we are in charge of our own peace. This inner calm serves as a reminder that we can choose how and where to direct our energy. Our emotional steadiness is sometimes misinterpreted by others as indifference or disinterest. But it is important to realize that this attitude is also a sign of knowledge that we have gained by recognizing what is truly important to our spirit and what is not. This clarity comes from spiritual progress, which demonstrates that not all struggles must be fought and that every choice we make may reflect the depths of our inner serenity. The ability to remain focused in the face of so much chaos is tangible evidence of the effectiveness of being in tune with our best selves. Refusing to react to negative energies or provocations is a daily act of courage and purpose that narrates the tale of a person who sought solace in their own radiant self. This stabilizing resonance has a tangible impact on our bodies, in addition to reverberating in our spirits. The respiration and pulse have a rhythm that is in harmony with the peace that fills our being. Our whole body seems to be tuned into a certain frequency that promotes harmony and balance. This peace resonates powerfully inside us when we sigh, energizing our spirit and reinforcing our dedication to a condition of being that transcends trivial worries. We deliberately choose to be in situations and surroundings that support our growth and peace, while we engage with the outside world from this peaceful position. The choice to surround ourselves with energies that align with our objective is what makes this inner peace so beautiful. In addition to protecting our energy field, this allows us to engage with the outside world in a more real and honest manner. This tranquility is the expression of a higher plane of being, not just a nice condition. We find our actual selves in this setting, where our individuality serves as a guiding light of steadiness and empathy for others. Every day, we create a thread of balance that envelops us and ties us to something greater than ourselves by announcing this internal oneness. This powerful serenity echoes around us, reminding us that we are all a part of a larger whole and that the inner peace we develop has the power to uplift and transform the world. We achieve a greater state of being as we continue on our journey. There are several challenges on the road to waking, but there are also innumerable chances to strengthen our inner serenity. We may approach life with the unwavering confidence that our inner peace will not be disrupted by any external circumstances, thanks to this new condition of awareness and harmony. As a result, we proceed, led by calm, showing everyone around us what it is to live in a setting of true, unwavering peace. As our experience of long-lasting inner peace deepens, we come to understand that it really reflects our true mental condition. This is a solid basis upon which our daily lives are built, not a transitory or fleeting condition. Our lives are constantly framed by this inner peace, which makes it possible for us to react to the outside world with more awareness and purpose. The clarity this move offers is one of its greatest benefits. We find a fresh capacity for perception and comprehension when we release the distractions and confusion that previously consumed our attention. It gets simpler to discern between what is necessary and what may be ignored when our minds become remarkably acute. We may make decisions that are really in line with our nature and purpose when we are in this state of clarity. We are also able to cultivate more empathy and compassion for those around us because of this inner peace. Since everyone is on their own journey of growth and development, we are able to empathize with and appreciate the pain and hardships of others. Because we are rooted in our own peace and equilibrium, this empathy supports us rather than drains us as it could have in the past. As we continue on our path with this unwavering peace, we also provide an example for others to follow. Our lives and actions naturally demonstrate the transforming power of spiritual awakening, even when it is not intended to be instructive or directing. People may not be aware of what makes us unique, but they will be drawn to the stability and brightness we exude. Like waves, this positive energy inspires others to pursue their own inner peace. Along the way, we also acquire the skill of surrender, which is the ability to accept circumstances we cannot control with composure. We learn to navigate with life's waves rather than fight them, believing that the cosmos is always guiding us toward our most valuable asset. We are able to dance with uncertainty with grace and trust because of this devotion, which cultivates a strong faith in life. In the end, the depth of the inner peace we develop is an indication of our ongoing path. It is a call for everyone to embrace the present, embrace their true selves, and live in a loving and truthful atmosphere. As a result, we may be certain that we are always developing and changing as we go along, led by the quiet knowledge of our inner serenity. May we always be thankful for the opportunity to live in harmony with our truest selves, and may this serenity penetrate and illuminate every part of our life. We experience life in ways that were previously unthinkable when inner peace becomes the cornerstone of our existence. We reach a condition of presence that is firmly grounded in the here and now and grows indefinitely over time as a result of this calm. Being present at all times enables us to see the beauty in the little things, like the sound of the wind in the trees, a stranger's smile, or the calm rhythm of breathing during quiet times. These particulars reveal a life lived in complete awareness, as if every moment were a living meditation. We may build more authentic relationships with ourselves and others when we are really present. A calm spirit allows us to talk more thoughtfully, listen more intently, and love without boundaries. As a natural extension of our own peace, we get more perceptive of other people's needs rather than as a burden. This real presence is reflected in the relationships we have with friends, family, and even complete strangers, creating a more genuine and meaningful bond. We can think and create in bolder, more inspirational ways when our minds are at ease. A fresh creative energy arises when we release ourselves from the weight of tension and distraction. We may muster the courage to explore fresh interests or long-forgotten passions. In and of itself, this creative freedom is an expression of the peace we foster. We can fly with unadulterated creativity and a clear goal when we are not constrained by our need for control or our fear of failing. The whole course of our life is then defined by this inner peace. It encourages us to handle changes and transitions with grace and fortitude, seeing in them chances to grow, learn, and experience love more fully. Our inner peace serves as a compass, directing our choices and fostering a path of genuineness and clear purpose. It is important to keep in mind that the pursuit of inner peace is a continual process, a dance that calls for dedication and constant presence. Our inner peace needs care and fervor to thrive despite the unavoidable upheaval of life, much like a delicate candle that must be shielded from the wind. Because of this careful attention, we become both the producers and the recipients of a peace that really transcends the boundaries of turmoil. In the end, inner peace manifests as a holy way of being, a manner of existence that not only supports and nurtures the environment around us, but also ourselves. We may sustain this intentional quiet with each movement, thought, and intention, helping to weave a web of peace and stability that envelops everything in our immediate environment. May this never-ending quest for inner tranquility inspire us to relentlessly pursue inner equilibrium, to embrace every moment with receptiveness, and to constantly advance in the light of knowledge and love. Achieving light energy is a transformational milestone that offers clarity and a feeling of rejuvenation on the journey to spiritual awakening. The liberation we feel when we release the emotional weights we have carried for so long is reflected in this lightness, which transcends the physical realm. We create room for a higher, purer energy to flow through us as we overcome past wounds, hurts, and anxieties. We experience a sense of lightness and freedom as a result of this spirit balance, which enables us to live and breathe authentically and freely. It's amazing to realize that drastic adjustments to our lifestyle are not always necessary for this interior development. Rather, it describes a synchronization with a higher level that is always available to us if we are willing to tune in, an augmentation of the energy frequencies with which we resonate. Our physical and mental surroundings become more balanced and in harmony with the new way of being we have chosen as we adapt to this higher frequency. New vitality is brought about by this lightness, and it manifests itself in concrete ways in our day-to-day existence. We might feel revitalized, as if we have an endless supply of energy that propels us to discover, develop, and connect. Some people experience this as a sensation of movement or a seemingly limitless flow of energy, or as a heat that appears to come from the body's center. People who come into contact with us often feel drawn to this energy, drawn to something they may not be able to explain, but that they perceive to be genuine and transformative. It's important to remember that not everyone can exert themselves to that degree of intensity. When faced with such strong energy, some people may feel uneasy and decide to keep their distance since they can't comprehend or integrate this energy into their life. Since every person is at a different stage of development and wakes at a different moment, this is very normal. Our spiritual development is shown by the balance between light energy and the powerful presence we provide to our environment. We discover that our essence is now rooted in an awakened, distinct, and totally substantial awareness when we embrace ourselves fully as we are. We can no longer conceal our energy, our objectives, or our passion for the world while we are in this condition of being. As a result, we get to appreciate ourselves for who we really are on this energy lightness trip. We rejoice in letting go of the past and embracing our fresh spirit. Knowing that we are adding to a tone of harmony and togetherness that reverberates much beyond our lives, we continue to explore what it means to live and spread this lightness to the world with contentment and gratitude. In order to create a more hopeful and aware world, may we therefore keep sharing this light and inspiring others to pursue and find their own energy freedom. A change starts when we learn more about and exhibit energy lightness, which has an impact on the environment around us as well as on ourselves. This heightened energy becomes a vibrational signature that acknowledges us as changing entities, drawing experiences and interactions that align with our new identity. Deep investigation and the development of new worlds that speak to the purity of our essence are happening right now. Our connection with time and priorities is clearly reinterpreted with this kindness. We will come to understand that things that were once significant may become meaningless, and that we should concentrate on the things that really nourish our souls. Daily existence turns into a series of opportunities to feel thankfulness, creativity, and love in a more authentic and meaningful manner. This adaptability enables us to turn obstacles into chances for development and ongoing education. Our interactions with other people are likewise evolving. Our energy field is now lighter and more open, which opens the door to deeper and more genuine connections. Love, empathy, and compassion grow exponentially, strengthening existing friendships and encouraging the development of new ones with others who share our vibration. Energy exchanges at this level are beneficial to both parties and promote shared spiritual growth. But with this new energy also comes the need to control our own energy. To preserve our energy integrity and make sure we keep growing in this new knowledge, it is essential to understand how to create appropriate boundaries. To maintain and rebalance this lightness and make sure we are constantly in touch with what is essential and true to us, it may be quite helpful to retreat to times of introspection and meditation. This light energy section encourages us to live each moment with a clear purpose and use our inherent lightness to encourage constructive changes in both our personal and global life. When carried out from a heightened level of awareness, any seemingly minor action may become a powerful catalyst for transformation. As a result, we go on our adventure with a fresh understanding of how intertwined everything is. Our hearts and souls align with more general objectives, allowing our own lightness to contribute to the betterment of the group. May we thread our own energies into the web of global awareness with joy, wisdom, and compassion, knowing that we are making a positive impact on everyone's enlightenment at every turn. In the end, this gentle energy becomes a celebration of our true selves, a return to the simplicity and beauty of our primordial selves. Every day of our trip should be an occasion to find this lightness, laugh at its bursting, and carefully tread the road of truth and love. Therefore, may we always be a lighthouse of hope and light, reflecting the universe's melody and inspiring others to find their own tunes of freedom and lightness. Every step forward on our journey toward energy lightness offers us fresh perspectives on how to live. Lightness is a method of relating to the universe that is more flexible, resilient, and joyful than just a mental state. We become conscious of the nuances of the energy currents around us in this higher condition, and we become active players in the cosmic dance of life. Additionally, this profound sense of lightness strengthens our connection with the natural world. We become closer to the planet Earth's natural rhythm, including its seasons and cycles. Simply being in nature, whether it be when strolling through a park or watching the stars, transforms the experience into a private dialogue between our soul and the universe. We get energy from these encounters that enhances our sense of purpose, refines our intuition, and makes us feel lighter. Our light energy may act as a subtle but powerful trigger for change within social and communal institutions. By maintaining a high vibration, we contribute to elevating the energy of our surroundings, which benefits the areas we live in. There is tangible proof that personal development has a wide-ranging effect as the places we touch become more harmonic and balanced. We also honor the practice of living simply, letting up of rigid control, and having faith in life's energies. This is a receptivity to the dynamic path of events, enabling circumstances to present themselves naturally, rather than a sign of inactivity or indifference. We are given the courage to pursue our own pathways with honesty and integrity by this trust in life. It is important to keep in mind that while we develop this lightness, we are also called to share our knowledge and experiences with others. In addition to setting an example for this shift, we may also act as mentors and allies to people who are on their own journeys. By offering support, listening, and sharing our expertise, we uphold humility and compassion while acknowledging that every individual has an own life path. In the end, energetic lightness signifies a return to a more fundamental reality about our true selves. It serves as a reminder of the boundless potential we all possess, and an awakening to the innate power that resides inside our hearts and brains. We continue to explore and broaden the boundaries of our awareness throughout this process, always seeking for fresh approaches to bring about the joy and beauty of living completely in harmony with our nature. May we all learn to soar with wings of freedom and love in this vast and bright cosmos of electromagnetic lightness, inspiring one another to set off on this thrilling path of self-discovery and spiritual fulfillment. May we all be able to connect with the universal song and work together to create a society in which the essential force that binds and fortifies us is the lightness of being. We uncover an intriguing facet of our spiritual development as we learn more about the language of vibrations. Perceived vibrations or tingling sensations are subtle but powerful expressions of our body and spirit tuning into higher frequencies. These feelings are manifestations of energy shifts that are taking place deep inside us. They are more than just superficial bodily perceptions. We start to notice these vibrations at certain locations, like the heart and mind, as our energy body adjusts to these new frequencies. Our spiritual awareness harmonizes with our bodily experience via these energy nuclei, which serve as connecting points. The intellect, which is the seat of awareness and knowledge, and the heart, which is the core of love and compassion, work in harmony to lead us through this process of transformation. We are getting closer to a more vast and wide-ranging reality, as these vibratory waves suggest. They tie us to something greater than ourselves and indicate that we are in harmony with a global energy flow. Sensations are not unpleasant. Rather, they are a reminder that we are headed in the right way and that this waking process is helping us discover more about who we really are. These vibrations serve as an internal orienting system that helps us stay focused and conscious in encounters or circumstances when our frequencies may not match exactly. Our body and soul respond to this vibrational language in spite of the energy hurdles that the environment places on us, helping us maintain our authenticity and integrity of energy. It might be difficult to fully comprehend these changes for people who are just beginning to explore this part of waking. For those who encounter them, nevertheless, they are undeniably remarkable and genuine. It is an internal language that is founded on a direct contact between our inner and outer energy rather than words. Deciphering and comprehending this vibratory language is essential to our spiritual development. We may begin an active work with these vibrations to expand our consciousness and enhance our well-being as we become more cognizant of them. Important tools on this path include meditation, full attention exercises, and activities that promote the body-mind connection. We are encouraged by this vibrating language to accept our inner feelings as a necessary part of our experience and to believe in them. Even if others may not completely understand this natural direction, it is a call for us to have the courage to follow it. We are strengthened and empowered to go with trust and openness on the path of spiritual awakening because of this security. This vibratory language ultimately serves as evidence of the subtle and transformative power of energy. An unquestionable proof that, despite the universe's complexity, there is a beauty and simplicity in the way that we, as spiritual beings, engage and communicate with things that are beyond our comprehension. In order to enable this language to lead us to a more comprehensive and enlightened existence, let us continue to listen, study, and develop via it. We start to comprehend how these feelings impact us and direct us in day-to-day living as we delve more into the language of vibrations. This internal connection gives us profound insights of our own energy and the environment, despite the fact that it is often imperceptible. We start to grasp our actual purpose and essence more clearly as we become more receptive to this language. The capacity to discriminate between different vibration kinds has improved, which is one of the trip's most significant effects. We can identify which energies are draining and which are reviving with practice and focus. By choosing situations, people, and activities that resonate with our greatest frequency, this competency helps us live more mindfully. Even when faced with challenging circumstances, we may stay anchored by practicing listening to our own frequency. We may utilize our vibrational awareness to shield ourselves from discordant or negative energies by creating a positive energy sphere that helps us stay focused and in harmony. This not only makes us more resilient emotionally and spiritually, but it also makes it clearer how to respond to the world in a more thorough and caring manner. As we become more proficient in this language, we learn new ways to deliberately and constructively align our vibrations with those of other people. Our energy's power may inspire and heal others, creating an atmosphere that encourages opportunities for personal growth. This energy exchange may create powerful synergy in spiritual groups or collectives, fostering spiritual satisfaction and shared progress. The process of being a conscious human being inspires awe and thankfulness when we engage with our own vibrations on a regular basis. We keep in mind that every vibration is exclusive to each individual, alluding to a fundamental component of our spiritual development that is closely related to the advancement of the world. By appreciating this distinctive quality, we celebrate our individuality and foster an appreciation for the world in all its colorful diversity. As we advance, the language of vibrations turns into a devoted ally, an unbroken stream of knowledge that provides us with direction and clarity. Believing in this natural language means having trust in our own path, which allows us to go forward securely, even in the face of uncertainty. Living with honesty, love, and sincerity is encouraged by this vibration. It provides us with a means of expressing our true selves, as well as a means of connecting with the universe. Knowing that there is a possibility of connection and transformation in every vibration, I hope we may go on our vibrational exploration trip with curiosity, openness, and a hopeful heart. In order to create a world where harmony and peace rule, vibrational language helps us navigate the many elements of the human experience and enables us to positively influence and improve the lives of others around us. We open the door to a more harmonious and aware relationship with the cosmos in all of its dimensions by becoming even more proficient in vibrational language. We are compelled by this growing awareness to look into how our goals, ideas, and behaviors impact and shape our vibrational reality. It becomes evident that we are co-creators of our experience of life when we realize that every thought and purpose has a distinct vibrating brand. Our vibrations have an impact on our surroundings in addition to reflecting our inner states. This understanding inspires us to cultivate ideas, emotions, and behaviors that elevate our vibration, and in turn, that of others. In order to connect with our vibratory center, meditation and full concentration exercises are essential to this process. We may start to see the patterns that fuel our vibrations when we quiet our brains and concentrate on our inner selves. Higher frequencies may blossom as a result of this ongoing action, which aids in the release of old and suppressed energy. Furthermore, a powerful source of vibrational balance is the relationship with the environment. The fresh air, the water stream, and the ground we walk on all have frequencies that naturally balance and harmonize our energy field. Enjoying time outside while cultivating thankfulness for the gifts nature bestows on us energizes our souls and helps us feel connected to the Earth's universal rhythm. A fresh approach to communication emerges in our contacts with other people as we become more adept at deciphering and responding to our inner vibrations. We are able to assist and support others more effectively as we become more perceptive of their energy. This strong, energizing empathy inspires us to see every interaction as an opportunity for healing and exchange, creating meaningful and life-changing connections. Gaining proficiency in the language of vibrations inspires us to create intricate societal and personal rituals that support energy well-being. This may be shown via acts of service to others, mindful breathing techniques, or appreciation. Festivals, all of which raise the vibration of the group and foster a sense of belonging and solidarity. This journey paves the path for us to comprehend our duty to sustain a high vibration in our individual and group lives. It is a call to action, requesting that we focus our efforts on creating a world where peace, love, and compassion are the governing ideals. By doing this, we start to see every encounter as opportunities to raise our collective awareness and sow the seeds of constructive change. In the end, the language of vibrations demonstrates that every one of us is a part of a vast, all-encompassing symphony in which every single note adds to the set's resonance. We find a larger purpose in life when we learn to play in tune with others and value our own rhythms. In order to create a future where the energy of pleasure and serenity penetrates our existence and illuminates the route for everyone who follows this lively path, let us continue to research and enhance this vibrational language. As we go into the chapter on the brightness of the other world, we are encouraged to look into the ways that internal transformations manifest themselves in the physical world. Our physical bodies start to reflect the peace and harmony of our inner states as we embark on a path of spiritual growth and awareness expansion. Beyond just being aesthetically pleasing, the radiant beauty of the skin, the penetrating appearance, and the obvious vitality of the hair are clear signs of a transformation taking place deep inside us. The vital energy that runs freely through us is instantly reflected by this brilliance, creating a dance of light that is evident to everyone we come into contact with. Often called soul windows, the eyes provide a glimpse of the most personal realities we are now able to comprehend. They can look beyond appearances and uncover the most delicate and authentic aspects of existence. Thus, they are not only able to appreciate the world's external beauty. This fresh perspective is remarkably clear, capable of dispelling delusions and capturing the core of what is really important. People around us often notice and appreciate this bodily transformation. Even if people are unable to recognize that the brightness they see is the outcome of a significant spiritual transition, they may nevertheless discuss transformation. Many see the tangible evidence of an interior metamorphosis, a change that realigns our objectives and reestablishes our connection to our true selves. This glowing is proof of the inner peace and energy balance we have attained, not an external invention. The balance, pleasure, and awareness that come from living a life in harmony with our deepest values and our spiritual purpose are reflected in our outward appearance. This radiance serves as a quiet call to action for those who are on their own waking path, in addition to capturing the interest and excitement of others. It serves as a potent reminder that internal transformation is not only possible, but also real, with the capacity to radiate from inside and illuminate the environment. We acknowledge these outward changes as signs of our spiritual growth, but we remain humble because we know they are only reflections of the deepening of our inner journey. By engaging in spiritual activities, taking care of ourselves, and most importantly, by continuously seeking out truth and love in our lives, we continue to nurture this state of being. May this brightness of the other world continue to inspire ourselves and others around us, paving the way for a healthy and fulfilling existence. I hope we may follow this light, making a difference in the lives of everyone we come across, and bringing the beauty of inner peace and sincerity to the world. As our comprehension of the brightness of another world deepens, we come to see that this seeming shift is just the start of a far more profound journey of illumination and self-awareness. In actuality, this dazzling exterior that is visible to everybody is an expression of the ongoing interior work we do to deepen our connection with the universe and our most authentic inner selves. With time, this shine transforms from a physical characteristic to an energy presence that everyone around us may sense. This resonant energy spectrum encompasses not just perception, but also emotion and experience. Even without the use of words, the spirit of peace and calm that arises in its presence gives others peace and protection. We learn to harness this energy to communicate good intentions in every aspect of our lives as we become more conscious of it. By attracting situations and people that resonate with the new frequency we generate, we may create a circle of mutually reinforcing spiritual positive and progress. There are opportunities for sharing, learning, and coevolution, since others drawn to our light are often on their own personal quest. Furthermore, brightness serves as a potent tool for healing. He may help elevate and harmonize the energies of people we contact with by actively participating in exchanges. However, this is only possible with our loving presence and conscious purpose. As a lighthouse, our purpose is growing, helping to clear the fog and make complicated relationships and circumstances more understandable. However, it is important to keep in mind that we must constantly exercise energy defense and rejuvenation as carriers of this light. Maintaining our brightness requires taking care of our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This entails accepting our limits, engaging in self-pity, persevering on our own spiritual path, and attempting to strike a balance between giving and receiving. We fully embrace the idea that our lives are expressions of the sense of oneness and universal love after seeing the beauty of another cosmos. Since we are aware that every person's path is inextricably related to ours, our own enlightenment contributes to humanity's increasing awakening. Every improvement in lighting has an impact outside of ourselves and creates waves of constructive change in the world. As we live with purpose and meaning and help create a society where inner peace and clarity are norms, we let this inner light lead us with thankfulness and simplicity. I hope we can keep stoking this inner fire and utilize it to uplift and inspire others, sharing our light and love whenever the chance presents itself. Thus we proceed, realizing that this brightness of the other world is not only ours, but also a result of a cosmic dance between light and dark, a gift from God that serves as a reminder of the richness and beauty of being fully alive. As we continue to investigate the brightness of the other world, we are more conscious of the beneficial impact that our personal transformation has on the world as a whole, as well as on ourselves. Beyond the individual, this brightness plays a crucial role in mending human relationships and creating more enlightened and intelligible societies. By encouraging us to combine our inner light with deliberate action, this process empowers us to positively impact our families, communities, and beyond. As we go along this path of self-discovery, we start to see how we may have a beneficial influence on the places in which we live and work. Our capacity to remain focused and communicate peace, even in the face of hardship, sets new norms for communication and cooperation. This method is founded on the altruistic service and empathetic listening practices. We are able to provide genuine, loving assistance to others when we are receptive to their needs and suffering. In addition to elevating those we engage with, this kind of engagement strengthens our own sense of purpose and spiritual well-being. Our interior light is further strengthened and enhanced by the act of giving, as we often recall. However, it's important to acknowledge the responsibility that comes with this brilliance. It's crucial to exercise caution so as to avoid turning into ego or vanity spotlights instead of sincere acts of love and humility. We pledge to use our influence to promote spiritual growth and constructive change in all facets of life, once we realize that this inner light is a gift that should be shared. Furthermore, the fact that this shines from another universe teaches us to recognize and appreciate the light found in the others, even if it is still in the discovery or development stage. As a result, we adopt a worldview where everyone is seen as a potential transformative agent who may add their unique light to the creation of our shared reality. Since its clarity elevates everything, we support and encourage others to develop this light. As a result, this ongoing quest to maintain and broaden our spiritual light extends beyond a personal experience. Rather, it is an invitation to become a part of a larger global movement for change and advancement. By giving ourselves permission to shine, we inspire others to do the same, igniting a wave of awakening that has the power to transform the world. In this way, we may go on with confidence and compassion, demonstrating our transcendental brilliance in each encounter, endeavor, and deed of kindness. By doing this, we work together to create a more balanced and transparent world where love and understanding rule and everyone may move in unison under the light of our true common nature. We call this ordinary time. According to this new viewpoint, time is a variable realm in which we are more actors than just viewers, rather than a straight line representing an unchangeable series of occurrences. As we go through the chapter, The Relativity of Time, we come to understand that this shift in viewpoint occurs organically as we grow spiritually. We start to see how time might change in response to our conscious presence and our objectives as we become more connected to and rooted in the present. Our perception of life is profoundly impacted by this new connection with time. Happiness and inspiration appear to come more often, giving us more room to notice every little thing and feel every emotion more fully. However, when we do not confront uncomfortable circumstances with resistance or fear, they seem to pass more quickly. By teaching us to be more flexible and responsive, this temporal choreography allows life to unfold more organically. Relationships also alter from this perspective. Once fleeting or superficial interactions become opportunities for a meaningful and deep connection. With true listening and candid responses, we are closer to those around us. These exchanges strengthen ties of fraternity and understanding while validating our shared humanity. Furthermore, we may break free from the captivity of the clock and the calendar thanks to this new view of time. Despite our continued adherence to our duties and responsibilities, we now see what really merits our focus and dedication. As we grow less reliant on the notion that time is running out, deadline-related stress becomes easier to manage. Rather, we approach time as a companion, a setting in which we might organically develop and change. A life with less regret for the past and less fear of the future is also implied by temporal relativity. By training us to embrace our past experiences as instructors and to have faith in our capacity to handle the future, the practice of now deepens our compassion for ourselves. The future has changed from being something to be feared or controlled to a range of possibilities that result from the decisions we make today. We are thus urged to develop a state of being firmly grounded in the timeless nature of love and truth by experiencing this new temporal vision. We have the opportunity to fully feel life's intensity at every instant, free from the constraints imposed by conventional time. May we embrace this temporal relativity as an opportunity to live more fully and authentically, finding contentment in the here and now, treating ourselves with kindness along the way, and appreciating the eternity that every moment may provide. We find a beat that is really ours, dancing with the cosmos at the moment of our hearts in this never-ending transition between the now and the forever. As our understanding of the relativity of time deepens, this new perspective extends beyond the person and influences how we see the universe and our own life path. By appreciating each moment as a special opportunity for growth and expression, we may live more purposefully when we comprehend the dynamics of time. We have adopted a lighter and more imaginative attitude to our day as a result of this enlarged perspective on life. We could be more likely to let unanticipated chances and coincidences direct our path and let things unfold naturally. We become more flexible and adaptive as a result of being open to the unexpected and accepting changes with interest rather than opposition. The sense of rush and urgency, which is often based on the traditional understanding of time, starts to fade. We saw that a number of the pressures we experienced were self-imposed, the consequence of internal or external expectations that no longer matched our actual circumstances. As a result, rather of just responding, an atmosphere is established to stimulate, reflect, and act thoughtfully. We can also distinguish between what is really significant and what is not thanks to this new knowledge. By gradually removing the aspects of life that drain our energy and don't add to our overall well-being, we may prioritize the connections, experiences, and pursuits that uplift us. We may create a life that is more in line with our underlying beliefs and objectives thanks to this openness. We were able to immerse ourselves more fully in practices like meditation, focus, and introspection by seeing time as a series of ongoing gifts. By keeping us focused on the here and now, these exercises allow us to appreciate the richness of every moment without being sidetracked by the complexities of the past or the projections of the future. We also get closer to the idea of eternity found in many spiritual traditions when we comprehend chronological relativity. We consider our lives to be a thread in the vast tapestry of the cosmos, where every experience has a purpose and significance within the overall scheme of things. This allows us to remain calm and open to the unexpected because we know that we are just where we should be and that we are always growing and learning. It is important to stress that this approach does not ignore life's challenges. Instead, it offers a fresh perspective on things by embracing a worldview that emphasizes growth and comprehension despite hardship. From this viewpoint, time is seen as a resource that is not used, but rather appreciated, open to many interpretations and possibilities. We are thus urged to remain steadfast in the present, while traveling through this journey of reunion across time, appreciating and pursuing the present with intention. Through acting, we not only change how we see time, but we also work toward a future in which time is not a barrier, but rather an infinite screen on which more meaningful and linked lives might be built, so that we may continue this new connection with time, creating moments that reflect who we are and inspiring others to experience the peace and completeness of the present. We may really discover the freedom and contentment of living in harmony with the rhythm of the universe in the relativity of time. As the relativity of time is exploited, we concentrate on how this new view may really change our lives. Our whole life history is shaped by time transience, which allows for a more thoughtful and balanced engagement with it. With this perspective, we start to appreciate the notion that every moment has intrinsic worth and significance. We start to see the beauty and complexity of every experience that is happening right now, rather than viewing time as a straight line that we must travel swiftly in order to accomplish our objectives in the future. This conscience aids us in seeing that living is about fully using each stage of our journey rather than just winning battles or reaching a certain objective in the future. The journey itself is the true story of our growth and spiritual maturity. As a consequence, we developed a healthier and more balanced connection with our objectives, which helped us stay focused and clear without clinging to specific outcomes. Additionally, memories and lessons from the past are reframed. We may connect our previous experiences more thoroughly as we focus on the present, seeing them as important components of our journey rather as burdens to be carried. This is a call for the thorough healing of old wounds, enabling us to delve into the past just as much as is necessary to comprehend and let go, rather than continuously resurrect. However, realizing that time is malleable inspires us to become more patient and self-assured as life unfolds. We may release ourselves from the need to manipulate or hasten events by practicing surrender and acceptance and letting each circumstance unfold in its own time and rhythm. We get an inner peace and fortitude that sustains our never-ending quest when we fully trust in the universe's rhythm. Our connections grow throughout this transition. Human relationships get a more profound and affectionate presence when temporal relativity is accepted. Dialogues reach a new level where every word, gesture, and emotion may grow naturally. Because of this shift, we are able to develop more real and true relationships where the real connection takes precedence over formalities or superficialities. In the end, this new perspective on time challenges people to reevaluate fundamental principles and how we interact with one another in society. Imagine a world where a better synergy with the cycles of nature replaces the dizzying pace that often directs our lives. This is an invitation to get closer to living a more conscientious and sustainable life, where taking care of ourselves, others, and the environment becomes a natural part of who we are. In a nutshell, temporal relativity opens our eyes to a new way of being, an endless dance with the universe's beauty and riddle. I really hope that everyone would embrace this invitation, see the inherent wonder in the here and now, and let it illuminate and direct us as we traverse this vast landscape that is life. By behaving in this way, we come to understand that the ability to be really sincere is a priceless treasure that exists at the core of time. As we go further into Chapter 7, The Authenticity of Voice, we see that finding and expressing our true voice becomes a powerful gesture of identity and purpose in a world full of noise and distractions. This voice is the most authentic expression of who they really are, not just what we use to communicate our everyday demands. Harmonizing our thoughts, feelings, and intuitions with our spoken communication is one way that the voice's authenticity is shown. Our words have an energy that goes beyond sound or language structures when we talk with this alignment. They transform into vibrational messengers with the capacity to influence, uplift, and transform people who hear them. Everything we say in this moment of occurrence originates from a background of truth. This does not mean that we must talk all the time or be considerate in every circumstance. Rather, it means that we choose our words carefully and thoughtfully, understanding their impact and power. We realize that this genuine expression may be embodied in even the same quiet, providing a space for contemplation and listening. We are challenged to confront and get rid of anxieties and doubts that can keep us from being really honest. By the ongoing effort to find and preserve this hope in our voice. This often entails overcoming societal or individual conditioning that has caused us to suppress or stifle our expression. We learn to trust our own opinions and beliefs on this path of self-awareness and personal comfort. The power of contributing boosts the impact and effect of our speech. When our words align with our inner truth, they help the listeners avoid mental and emotional roadblocks. Since authentic communication is felt viscerally, affecting the heart and spirit, this information transcends simply logical comprehension. This genuine voice may serve as a catalyst for a societal awakening. In a society that often seems disjointed and alone, people are drawn to those who express themselves honestly and plainly as they look for meaningful interactions. By being genuine in our speech, we inspire others to do the same, creating a climate of mutual vulnerability and trust. Consequently, sincerity of speech not only serves as a tool for individual transformation, but also makes a significant contribution to the advancement and well-being of human society. By raising our voice, we encourage others to explore and share their own truths and improve community awareness and conversation. To put it simply, developing voice protection demands a persistent dedication to one's own bravery, honesty, and integrity. It is an exhortation to utilize our voice as a tool for understanding, healing, and peace, which will benefit not just ourselves, but also everyone we speak to or are heard by. May we all never forget the responsibility that comes with expressing our words and the power they have. By doing this, we help create a society in which open communication is the standard, promoting compassion, light, and harmony both within and outside of our communities. As we learn more about the authenticity of voice, we realize that developing this convenience extends beyond spoken communication to include all kinds of expression. Writing, art, music, and any other media may be used to express who we really are. Every kind of expression reflects our identity, values, and beliefs, and is a continuation of our voice. We do a great deal of inside effort when we commit to the repercussions of speech. This entails paying great attention to oneself in order to distinguish between the layers of outside noise and the voices within that are not in our best interests. Being able to distinguish between these signals gives us the ability to maintain and discover our own voice in the face of confusion and pressure to fit in. Being vulnerable and prepared to confront and conquer the fear of being excluded or misunderstood are necessary for embracing these disadvantages, which may sometimes be a difficult process. However, this same vulnerability is also what makes us very relatable to other people, inspiring compassion and understanding. Speaking our truth with bravery encourages others to follow suit, creating a supportive and approachable environment. Additionally, respecting our true voices will make us feel more valuable and in control of ourselves. Building a better, more loving connection with oneself begins with acknowledging that our own viewpoint is valuable and should be heard. In addition to giving us more authority, this acknowledgement inspires us to speak out for others whose voices may otherwise be ignored or stifled. It's also critical to realize that shortcomings are a constant in the pursuit of perfection. Naturally, our voice was contaminated by our failures, faults, and unsure times as human beings. We freely and honestly embrace our humanity, which encourages genuine compassion and ongoing development. Because of this accessibility, we are able to learn from both our previous and current experiences and mold our voice with increasing knowledge. It is easier to capture the individual and group ties that bind us together when we share our experiences and thoughts honestly. It creates connections between people and communities, fostering the growth of empathy and unity. Authentically raising our voice also necessitates inclusion, in which we value and cherish the diversity of voices and the depth they provide to our society's continuous conversation. We may routinely exercise mindfulness, reflect on ourselves, and have conversations with others who share our values of honesty and integrity in order to foster these losses. The survival and growth of our true voice depend on creating safe settings where we may freely share our thoughts and feelings. May we all keep searching for and amplifying our authentic voices so that they may be heard in the world with bravery, love, and harm, and that by doing this, we encourage and facilitate others to follow suit, helping to build a more compassionate, aware, and interconnected human race. As we continue to investigate voice findings, we have seen that doing so also puts us in a position of increased flexibility and resilience. We will be better equipped to handle difficulties and setbacks if we are rooted in our honesty. Our inner truth acts as a trustworthy compass, pointing the way when things are unclear. Additionally, speaking with authenticity when we urge people to actively listen to us. This listening technique enables us to comprehend the many viewpoints and experiences that are all around us. It is not passive. By paying close attention, we strengthen our bonds with others around us and foster our own personal development. Every voice is respected and given room to be heard in this interchange of ideas and ideals. Another important factor in unusual leadership is voice tradition. Followers are more likely to believe and be loyal to leaders who communicate from a position of truth and honesty. They exhibit honesty and consistency in their words and deeds, fostering an atmosphere that encourages creativity and innovation. Thus, they foster a culture of empowerment and cooperation by promoting candid and open communication. Authentic voice has the ability to question established conventions and structures that are not beneficial to society as a whole. Positive social change may be sparked by us standing up for what is right and speaking out with warmth. Stories from genuine human voices have the power to bring movements together, promote justice, and spark waves of change on a larger scale. As you travel this path, it's also critical to keep in mind the importance of respect and self-care. It is essential that we look after our mental and emotional health as we speak out for what we believe in. This might include looking for retreat and supportive settings where we can re-energize and think back on our experiences and lessons learned. There is a general appeal to respect the interdependence of all voices as more people become aware of the value of a genuine voice. This is constructing bridges rather than walls, developing empathy rather than passing judgment, and making room for all experiences to be heard and respected. By the way, in this approach, it becomes a tool for community building as well as personal development. We end this chapter by extending an invitation to everyone to listen to and appreciate the power and inherent beauty of both our own and other people's voices. The basic human need for knowledge and connection unites us despite our differences. That the development of our genuine expression helps create a society in which honesty, morality, and empathy govern our interactions and choices as a group. Together, we can create a more promising and peaceful future by speaking out for what we really believe in and honoring the voices of others. In Chapter 8, Rejecting Low Vibrations, we examine the changes that take place when we start living in accordance with higher vibratory levels. The body becomes more in sync with what really supports our optimal physical, mental, and spiritual states as awareness wakes to these frequencies. The body goes through a cleaning and rebalancing process when we elevate our vibration. Things that used to be a part of our daily routine, such certain meals, beverages, goods, or even places and people, start to seem out of place. What used to be enjoyable or just accepted might now lessen unease, restlessness, or discomfort. This insight arises spontaneously as a consequence of resonance with our new energy state, rather than as a result of a deliberate attempt to practice discipline. In essence, this change is an instinctive reaction. Our body, which serves as an excellent indicator of our interior well-being and vibrational states, rejects everything that is no longer consistent with spiritual development. We naturally develop a craving for things that obviously encourage life and upliftment, which leads us to fresh, natural meals that are less processed as well as to settings and activities that feed our souls. For instance, meals high in essential energy, such healthy grains, organic veggies, and fresh fruits, start to seem more appealing. We require clean, energetic support, and their colorful cores and purity fit the bill. Similarly, previously overlooked toxic environments, whether brought on by disorder, negativity, or pollution, become uncomfortable, prompting us to seek for areas of peace and harmony. Our relationships may be impacted by this realignment as well. People or dynamics that carry lesser energies or do not promote our progress may naturally save themselves or need reevaluation. Rather, we gravitate toward connections and groups that have the same consciousness and vibration that we are fostering. This shift must be seen as a necessary step on the way to living more true to ourselves and in balance with our higher selves. Removing low vibrations is a necessary release that creates space for higher energies and new possibilities, not a loss. We pay attention to and respect our body as a wisdom guide while we cultivate and maintain this new vibrational state. Our intuition becomes stronger and leads us in many aspects of life, including daily routines, instructional methods, and activities that aid in our ongoing development. Aligning with higher vibrations is ultimately a self-love and respect exercise for our spiritual path. By consciously permitting this change, we acknowledge the universe's assistance, which works in concert to raise us to our greatest potential while subtly directing us on our journey. It's critical to have a patient and caring attitude throughout this period of development. There may be difficulties in moving toward a higher vibratory state, yet every step we take vibrates in waves of serenity and well-being, not just inside ourselves, but also all around us, impacting and improving the planet. Developing our comprehension of Chapter 8, Rejection of Low Vibrations, requires addressing the ways in which this vibratory change affects our mental and emotional state. Our perception and emotional reaction to various stimuli change as we tune into higher frequencies. Now, circumstances and energies that may have caused worry, anxiety, or other negative emotions in others are seen from a more detached and impartial angle, enabling a more thoughtful and caring reaction. This calibration is the outcome of a significant realignment between the body, mind, and spirit, and does not happen by accident. We start making room for activities like yoga, meditation, and nature walks that promote our serenity and mental clarity. In addition to stabilizing the new energy inflow, these activities provide a strong basis for overcoming any obstacles or changes that may occur during this period of transition. Our thoughts and ideas are similarly refined in the area of trust. It is possible to identify and let go of previously confining notions, creating space for ideas and worries that foster development and progress. We start to develop an abundance of thankfulness and affluence, whether consciously or subconsciously, which strengthens harmony with higher frequencies. It is helpful to develop a habit of continuous self-reflection while navigating the energies and rejections that come with this shift. In addition to strengthening the awareness of what no longer resonates, this exercise honors the progress and lessons discovered throughout the process. One useful tool that might help you properly integrate the events and insights you've learned is a gratitude or reflective notebook. We are also inspired to be agents of the well-being of the group via this path of harmony with high vibrations. We may greatly increase the frequency of the communities around us by increasing our own frequency. As we provide a clear illustration of what it means to live in accordance with your own purpose and potential, the idea that our own light illuminates the path of others becomes clear. It may be enlightening to engage with others and seek out others who are on similar journeys. The establishment and involvement in communities and networks of support that foster reciprocal development and accountability via insightful experiences, knowledge, and motivation. A reinforcing atmosphere of love and elevated awareness is made possible by these interactions. To put it simply, the elimination of low vibrations is a sophisticated crystallization that signifies our dedication to leading a more harmonious and contemporary life. The outcome is a condition of greater well-being, resonance, and satisfaction on deeper levels of being, even if the path may call for flexibility and letting go. We will investigate, find, and accept new ways of being that promote our evolutionary development if we have patience, trust, and a purposeful goal. By doing this, we affect and change the world's vibrational fabric, which unavoidably makes it a more loving and mindful place. That we will proceed, accepting these adjustments with grace and with faith in the ongoing development of our spiritual journey. We go more into how this process of change significantly affects our feeling of self and purpose as we move on to Chapter 8, Rejecting Low Vibrations. We start to get a deeper understanding of our true selves when we reject things that no longer align with our high vibrations. We may explore new avenues for self-realization and self-discovery as a result of this identity clarity. We go closer to living a life that shines with alignment and pure purpose as we uncover more genuine facets of ourselves with each layer of low vibrations we eliminate. This directly relates to bringing our interests and abilities to life in ways that benefit the world. We are attracted to pursuits, endeavors, and circumstances that promote spiritual and personal development as we separate ourselves from energies that deplete or restrict our potential. This power of attraction is a natural reaction to harmonic alignment rather than just a deliberate decision. We start acting from the heart and intuition, making choices that promote our overall well-being. Additionally, cultivating a regular practice of thankfulness encourages a heightened awareness of the breakthroughs and enhancements that accompany this vibrational rearrangement. In addition to making us more conscious of the good things in our life, practicing thankfulness draws in even more good things, which feeds a positive feedback loop that elevates our spiritual state. Our relationship with nature and the cost of sustainability rise as we learn more about the effects on the environment. Our urge to live a more environmentally mindful and conscientious life naturally grows. Rejecting things that don't promote high vibrations helps us realize how interrelated all life is, how important standards are, and how important it is to safeguard our world. This exclusion and realignment results in more honest and transparent communication in our interpersonal connections. We make room for relationships built on mutual comfort and unwavering love, while we leave poisonous or discordant ones behind. Relationships really act as mirrors, reflecting and bolstering our true selves. Developing a strong intuition also depends on the process of eliminating low vibrations. Our inner voice gets clearer and more reliable when there is less frenetic noise. It keeps us steadfast and in line with our higher goal by guiding us, pointing us in the proper way, and warning us of things to avoid. Throughout this transition, it's critical to keep your compassion and self-love intact. The road won't be easy in every way. An atmosphere of accessibility and development is fostered by lovingly acknowledging our weaknesses and being patient with ourselves throughout periods of resistance or adaptation. Lastly, it is critical to accept this transformation as evidence of our ability to evolve and our limitless potential. We accept our shared duty to elevate awareness and create a more peaceful, compassionate, and enlightened world by rejecting low-frequency energy. I hope that this process's development will serve as a reminder that every step we take toward direction and truth has a profound impact on the web of life, which will lessen our developing resolve to build a bright future for ourselves and all other living things. We explore the qualities of personal magnetism that arise organically as a consequence of connecting with a high vibrating state in Chapter 9, Magnetic Presence and its Duality, where we share this journey. Once awakened, this magnetism turns into a powerful field of attraction that draws in favorable situations and people while also evoking a range of responses from individuals who are confronting their own shadows. This magnetic presence is a result of our integrity and the repercussions of our actions. We shine a light that appeals to those looking for truth and progress, much like a beacon. People are drawn to us because they see our path as a mirror of what they want to achieve in their own life. As they forge their own routes of self-discovery, they are attracted to inspiration and look for direction and connection. However, some may feel uneasy or intimidated by this very presence. We unintentionally expose undesirable facts that others may be attempting to escape, much like magnetic mirrors. As these individuals encounter aspects of themselves that they are not yet prepared to embrace or integrate, This indirect confrontation may lead to resistance or judgments. The dual nature of magnetic presence entails a distinct set of obligations. Solidity in our unwavering truth is necessary to maintain integrity and equilibrium in the face of varied external responses. It is crucial to maintain composure and discipline in the face of compliments or criticism, preventing our true selves from being obscured or distorted by the opinions of others. It takes a strong dedication to self-awareness and self-mastery to navigate this path of unconscious influence. It is important to continue developing humility, understanding, and compassion, while being cautious not to let other influences, whether good or bad, to take control. You may maintain your attention on the beneficial effects that this captivating presence can provide by keeping in mind that every contact is a chance for both parties to learn. In order to prevent ourselves from absorbing undesirable energy or projections, it is also necessary to establish energetic defense and purification techniques. Meditation, imagining cleansing light, or just spending time in tranquil, naturally energizing settings are a few examples of such techniques. The chance to become a conscious agent of good change while honoring the autonomy and limits of others is at the core of this dual experience. We may let go of the impulse to satisfy or be understood by everyone when we acknowledge that we have no control over how other people will react. Rather, the focus is on being honest and loyal to who. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with The Path of the Chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. You are. Despite its complexity, this alluring presence is a gift to the world, an example of living in accordance with one's own truth and greater purpose. The thought that such legacies not only illuminate the path for many, but also have the capacity to alter collective awareness is captivated and inspired by every action taken to fortify this presence. Remembering that genuine change ultimately starts on the within, we consciously resolve to live this duality with integrity and self-awareness, gently impacting the world around us. As we continue with Chapter 9, Magnetic Presence and its Duality, it is crucial to explore the idea of responsibility that accompanies this unconscious influence. This personal magnetism not only enhances our own journey, but also ripples widely, laying the foundation for a global awakening and a more interconnected humanity. We are encouraged to consider the influence we have on those around us, whether intentionally or unintentionally, as our magnetic presence becomes stronger. Developing a clear aim in line with our greatest ideals is a crucial component of handling this obligation. We put ourselves in a position to behave in ways that benefit others as well as ourselves when we continue on a path of self-awareness and growth. In addition to providing us with direction, this deliberate guiding acts as a stabilizing force in times of social and emotional upheaval. It becomes crucial to maintain internal equilibrium in the middle of this contradiction. We may control the energy that flows through us by setting aside time for routine self-care and self-evaluation exercises. This might include our regular meditation, mindful breathing, or just spending some peaceful time in the outdoors to reestablish a connection with our inner selves. In order to keep things peaceful and demonstrate that we shield ourselves from outside storms, these activities are essential. Managing the criticism and opposition that may come up is an often difficult part of this process. It is essential to be able to listen in a positive way without taking in negative information. By establishing safe boundaries, we can make sure that other people's responses won't undermine our self-esteem or cause us to veer off course. By enabling us to resonate at a high frequency and lessening the effect of outside discordances, our energy and awareness work as natural defense mechanisms. Additionally, the magnetic presence serves as a reminder of the value of lifelong learning. We are as much impacted by others as they are by us. We enhance our own spiritual development and insight by keeping an open mind to the teachings that each encounter offers. Many times, people who seem frightening or judgmental at first might end up being valuable partners for us on our path. Empathic relationships and meaningful connections are essential components of this journey. A dynamic, rich, and reciprocal learning is produced by fostering a secure environment for people to share their truths and strengthening compassionate communications. By assuming the role of mirrors, we assist others in discovering their own potential in addition to reflecting realities. In the end, this duality has the potential to be a potent tool for both internal and external change. We facilitate good change within our area of influence and draw in possibilities for ongoing development. This position is a step toward a more aligned and aware world and the blossoming of greater consciousness. Understanding that we have power over the intention that directs our energy, even if we have no control over how it is received, is the first step toward accepting the duality of the magnetic presence. Because of this understanding, we are able to be the finest versions of ourselves, motivating and illuminating the path for others just by being ourselves. We actively go on the road of an honest existence that resonates not only with our own purpose, but also with the changing symphony of mankind as a whole, as we grow this magnetic presence with love and integrity. In Chapter 10, Dishonesty Detector, we explore how the evolution of consciousness and vibrational alignment give rise to a refined intuitive ability to perceive dishonesty. Each of our journeys is a solid contribution to a collective transformation, inviting everyone to participate, shine, and grow together. This skill, which transcends basic body language reading and observation, becomes a lighthouse of sophisticated discernment that resonates with the most suitable energies in our environment. Our intuition turns into a trustworthy guide when we awaken to higher levels of vision, allowing us to identify energy conflicts before they materialize on the physical realm. This acute awareness comes from a profound comprehension of the unsaid realities that lie under the surface of words and deeds, not from judgment. We may quickly determine if a purpose is not in line with spoken communication, which often captures frequencies of uncertainty, hesitancy, or manipulation. This ability, which is not developed with the inclination to judge or export, is an essential tool for living honorably in a society where illusions and reality are often jumbled. More thoughtful and caring relationships are possible when one is aware of the underlying motivations behind dishonesty. It enables us to respond instead than react, transforming any miscommunications into chances for sincere discussion and change. Empathy and this kind of discernment are strongly related. Therefore, the difficulty lies not just in recognizing when something is out of balance, but also in comprehending and incorporating the emotional complexity inherent in human nature. By realizing that dishonesty often results from fear, uncertainty, or a lack of self-awareness, we may approach them with compassion. The increased visibility of a dishonesty detector also motivates us to live even more openly and honestly. By being deeply grounded in our own integrity, we generate a positive energy that deters dishonesty and inspires others to express themselves honestly. External reflections of this interior dedication to truth often lead to more sincere and significant connections. Moreover, this capacity is fundamentally instinctual and goes beyond logical reasoning. By following our gut, we enable unconscious information to surface, adding intuitive understanding to reason and reasoning. This gives us the courage to act even in the absence of concrete information. It takes careful balancing to develop this ability. Being aware and in a condition of conscious present guarantees that we stay receptive to intuition without becoming overtaken or distracted by unwarranted fears. Our capacity to discern between personal projection and pure intuition improves as we work to achieve this equilibrium. Not only is this sophisticated intuition a protective mechanism, but it also serves as a dishonesty detector. Instead, it is an expression of the greatest want to live and engage with truth in every facet of existence. As we develop this ability, it is our duty to use it to promote integrity, honesty, and understanding among others. Ultimately, it is a voyage of desperation in the non-apen guidance to discovering the truth inside ourselves, as well as being able to recall and preserve this truth in our interactions with the outside world. Enlightening, accepting, and motivating the genuine human connection at all levels of life. This places each of us as a pillar of authenticity in a world that is often tainted by dishonesty. Further exploration of Chapter 10, Detector of Dishonesty, is essential since this skill is a component of a kind and thoughtful life path. The growth of this kind of awareness not only enhances our interactions with others, but it also directs us toward self-authenticity and weight. Rather of being an obstacle that divides us from other people, this heightened sensitivity ought to serve as an invitation to compacts. We may encounter a special opportunity for empathy when we recognize a misalignment between words and energy. Understanding that disdain is often a sign of personal conflicts or signs of vulnerability encourages us to grow in understanding and make an appointment for the invasion of yoke. Creating a safe environment for presence and hearing might unintentionally act as a spark to encourage people to speak their truths. We open up the possibility of sincere and meaningful interpretation discussions when we approach such circumstances with compassion and without resistance. Additionally, this capability highlights the significance of individual boundaries. Being able to accurately identify a dishonestid keeps us out of circumstances that might weaken our sense of reality or precapophilize our emotional bones. Clear fundamentals in nosy intuition guarantee that we surround ourselves with energy that promote our integrity and personal development. Without 𖣔, the detector of dishonesty sets off a self-examination process that motivates us to assess our own facts. This self-examination process awakens our conscience to the ways in which we may not be truthful or open with ourselves or others. To really connect with our way of life and live with deep, fundamental beliefs, this extreme honesty is necessary. A persistent dedication to self-awareness and self-firmly is erased when these pentole development ideas are put into action. By confronting and addressing places where we may still be operating from outdated patterns of fear or protection, this meaning aims to expose the truth in all of its manifestations. Our position as actual facilitators in our surroundings becomes more significant as they adapt to our intuitive capacity to solidify. We turn into conduits for more open dialogue and a greater understanding, empowering the 𖣔Chosen to confront their realities in a kind and unassailable manner. The goal of this ongoing process of honing and using the detector of dishonesty is to live a true life. Understanding its ramifications and enhancing our ability to make conscious decisions influences how we live, love, and contribute to a more truth-aware world. May this correct perception provide us with the clarity and confidence to navigate our life, enabling us to read and cultivate truth and authenticity via all interacting alternatives. By doing this, we also make it easier for 𖣔Chosen to feel inspired and to express their own intricate 𖣔Chosen and the exquisite tapestry of human existence.